And if we get these agents locked in, we get
three chambers. One is not enough, but of course this is the Prime Gaming agent select, and so far no chamber.
Yeah, no, it's a map where I think it's still definitely possible with the level of aggression, but not overly surprised.
SAADHAK on the race!
I want to know what ASPAS is actually playing now. Okay, they're going in with the double.
Both sides are going double duelists.
So yeah, I really like seeing the Neon still in play, but this is definitely an interesting change.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that they described Echo as an initiator in their interviews earlier on, but this is a bit of an anomaly when he comes in.
If he find opening engagements, find a kill, that's going to be concerning once again as we come in here, because King is actually on the KO now.
Yeah, straight into things. We'll have to see how this shakes down. Already noting a little bit of information here. TS deciding it's time to commit early enough in this. Doesn't want to risk anything. There's information being found on the other side of the map. 3 players going for a walkout here. And that's been met. That's going to be seen. That's going to be relayed.
And the fault line will come in response. Tempered aggression for the time being. Gen.G will peel away. ASPAS, though, going to get a little curious towards B site.
Does he get the timing on this, do you think? I guess they need
Doesn't look like Gen.G.
Yeah,
they're going to tuck themselves in here, just playing off each other's contact. But it is only ASPAS here. As I say that, Gen.G are starting to drift a little deeper on A site. I think actually on the back of that knife invested towards drop. Nope, Pico's going to find the contact here.
I'm still waiting to see if ASPAS gets any value from this. It's down to 30 seconds now. The patience.
He's heard the steps here from TS.
Okay, that's one, but there is still a second. And they're going for the double
pump.
pump. They're coming right back around. It's on METEOR, basically. Oh my word, the shoulder peak was enough. He was able to back away from this, and that shorty's going to send him packing. ASPAS down to 24 HP, 13 seconds, and they're being denied. The Spike might have issues on the site now. They're trying to follow on through. METEOR trying to play his life. 7 seconds, and it's going to be denied. Massive work coming out from Gen.G.
Very clean up from Gen.G, honestly, with how the timing of ASPAS getting away, I think actually potentially would have had open sight lines towards TS. I think he's just so cautious with such a huge gap between him and his teammates. Trying to make sure that he can absolutely find value. Again, of course, it's a shorty he's facing off against in tower. Look like they're setting up, clear up dish fairly proactively. Nobody on the side of Loud over on that north side of the map. No contact in A main either.
I quite like how proactive Gen.G are being in this one so far. Really enjoying the fact they're actually trying to clear space, take partial control somewhere, work back through. Very diligent play. Spike has made it to side, so Loud at least going to get themselves a plant in this. But the amount of utility that Gen.G can come back in with is going to be almost insurmountable. Yeah,
the problem being Gen.G have looked fairly solid on some of these retakes. This was considered. There was absolutely no hint of a peak coming out from anybody. Happy to give away this plant. Reliant on their ability to get back onto site here.
And they made it on pretty cleanly. Yeah, lovely. Now, can anything really deny this now? A little bit of utility still left in play for Loud to try and maybe just be disruptive, but the amount of bodies there is simply massive. Loud actually doing so much damage. TUYZ still going to be the end part of this tale.
They've drawn blood, though.
They absolutely have, with very little.
And with the plant going down, should aid the finances just a little bit.
And apologies if we miss out on certain aspects. There are, we currently don't have some of the HUD in play. So
I'm
again,
sure the buy is good going into round 3. Loud should be sitting pretty right now.
Bear with us if we're saying some mad stuff, but we should be seeing the reward of that work coming here.
METEOR once again, see that stinger on the on his back. Actually, Gen.G looking to get very proactive in this round 3. And actually, Eco found one.
The flash was so good, but they couldn't quite get on the second. SAADHAK still, some having so many just extra lives to run through.
It looked like a ton of damage on the second as well. Yeah, actually, yeah, SAADHAK gonna be licking his wounds, peeling away from B main now. Gen.G feel as if They're going to catch the timing on this rotation. King has to slow things down with the fragment. He's tagged up, 77 HP. Knife back in 3 seconds, so could reveal this setup.
Oh, there it is. It decides. I was a little more worried about Sand, but they're not quite that far out. But what a snap from TS. Now starting to sweat in this. King still on the site. Trying to locate ASPAS.
That's
and he finds
huge.
him first. ASPAS down.
Spike's in the doorway still. TUYZ.
TUYZ, maybe he can get the drop on one, but they've got to start questioning it at some point.
I mean, it's 30 seconds. He has to commit to this flank now.
And I love this readjust though from
Yep,
Gen.G, just getting
Secret's
close
drifted
by.
further.
Really nice. Like that, playing smart together. And there it is, contact made. Now you can see this is almost impossible. King spotted. And then this time, it's all about time. 13 seconds, and eventually you will see that flank even coming back on in. It's King doing wonders now for Gen.G. Really nice responses here.
And that will break the bank for Loud. I'm not entirely sure of the ultimate progress, but I doubt they've got an awful lot to throw into this round. And Gen.G should be very happy with themselves for this start on the defense.
Go back in now. Need to have a little wake-up call here for Loud. 3 on the trot. Just farming at the moment. Actually going to pop the ult. Feels the pressure coming in, and rightly so. There are plenty more players to follow. Lovely from METEOR. Sends him right on back down. A second attempt at this. Couldn't quite keep the control here. Now King's on a little bit of an island, overwhelmed. Loud making a good go of this, but that ult mic could be huge.
Secret's actually found SAADHAK on the drift out there from that orbital strike. CAUANZIN, very tagged up. Has to peel away from this. Nobody towards A site right now, but you can already see the preemptive rotation coming through as the spike will make its way towards Ditch. I think actually, on the back of Loud cutting sound, might find themselves in a favorable position here. A 3v2 granted to Gen.G.
Yeah, Secret's time.
Beautiful,
Oh.
beautiful from Secret.
I was so worried about that. If that was mistimed slightly, but it wasn't. Time to perfection, and now they don't have the same sort of space. And they're already considering that doubling back around, but you can see it being read, being worked through TS, noting the player who's tried to secure this B site. Spike on the way, but 20 seconds. If there's anything disruptive, if TUYZ falls too quickly, it's maybe out of reach. 13 seconds. Spike gonna go down. And TUYZ gonna try and do some quick damage. It actually paid off. Gets to fall away from this. CAUANZIN only on 10 HP though.
Rolling Thunder now
TS
as well.
held back. They need to make this work for themselves. And he's going to make the most of it. Oh, what a shot from TS.
CAUANZIN's on 10
Slaps
HP.
him. CAUANZIN, 1v2. Got to play this to perfection. No less will do it. Spots a barrel, spots a player, gets a kill. 1v1 now, TS. You're not
He's
gonna
sticking
do
it.
You're not going to do it, but the crowd. This
He's
is a different
sticking
game.
it.
It's a different game. There's a crowd in here. They're going to make noise, and CAUANZIN knows it.
And so at the final moment here, TS trying to get away with a little daylight robbery. Will get themselves on the board at least. With that Red Bull clutch. What is this shot from TS?
Unbelievable. No right to start hitting those sort of shots. CAUANZIN, too aware to fall for that sort of business. Very diligent. Frustration as well being shown now. Let me go back in. Aggression being the name of the game though. ASPAS instantly being tested here.
An absolute chaos outside here and Loud. I'm unsure really how to approach this. Guess we'll find one. Again, it's trades back and forth.
Yeah, Spike is down. We are into a 3v3. SAADHAK. See METEOR. And then she gets it. Lovely work, SAADHAK. Huge value in this round. His remaining player has to respect this now and fall away.
Yeah, 15 HP. Try and hold on to the rifle. think anyone from Loud's going to be hunting him down, obviously with concern of a couple of players not being able to purchase into the next. That'll be the second on the board for Loud. SAADHAK still sitting on that showstopper.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the impact, though, SAADHAK has been having throughout this series now, seeming like it's going to come into map 2 here. And now we look at where the money sits. Going to be a little stretched, but this is the SAADHAK moment for me that really stood out. Again, just securing the round. There was an opportunity there for Gen.G. It looks like we do have a bit of a technical timeout. Looks as though the time up is coming to an end, so we should be good to get back into game. Thank you for the patience there. And yes, when we're talking about this game, we look towards, Loud's, I guess the ults as well, really to ensure safety in this. On the other side, Pistols. They do have that rifle on King, so see what he can achieve with that. Yes, Neon ult too, so a little bit to play with here.
There's north side crunch immediately, but ASPAS able to find a kill on the backside of it. Doubles
Beautiful.
Down onto it.
That's exactly what the Doctor ordered there. Remove that hero rifle that could have potentially done a little bit more damage. Very few opportunities now for METEOR to try and be disruptive to this round. The last players are down to those pistols, really. So again, this one looking sewn up here. Off the back of ASPAS with a lovely double. Removing King. Did have that Vandal, I believe, brought forward.
Well navigated here to make sure METEOR finds nothing with that showstopper. Again, the awareness. Slip through on the other side of things. CAUANZIN to fall in this round. METEOR trying to get a little cheeky with it, but actually will find two. Les finally trading it out.
Kind of nice.
So we'll draw blood, force out a couple of repurchases.
Yep.
As Loud will tie things up 3 apiece. Again, some of these ultimates still available. I mean, with ASPAS finding seemingly 2 freebies on the way in, or with minimal cost here, albeit CAUANZIN's life. So we've got the showstopper, the Blade Storm, and the lockdown. Interestingly enough, we're going to see METEOR toying with the idea of an operator.
Oh. I wouldn't be massively opposed to it, but
as I've just said that. Well, I mean, again, if you had a jet here, you could anchor similarly to how you would with a Sentinel in this composition.
Yep.
If you do want to play out something a little slower, anticipate some of this aggression on the side of Loud.
Certainly an option. And ASPAS on the other side, going to get a lot of attention early on, draw a lot of that utility out. Actually remains unscathed, quite surprisingly. Going to continue forward, and it looks like they actually want to commit to this fully. Yeah, Loud making no secrets of this one. And well, you can see as to why METEOR is deleted off the site, but a quick trade for Secret. Comes back through, it's TUYZ, and these are back and forth frags, but the site will be under control for Loud. That's the pawn coming in, and my eyes instantly drift towards Les. What can he achieve in this position? Just securing any of that drop down, any of those areas that could have been a threat, but potentially King could be exploring.
And King's got a couple of flashes to work with, but he's actually found one on site. CAUANZIN's going to fall, so now he can flash himself out.
Yeah, turn though, nice. Really good work from Les, very diligent. The pressure from the Neon. And yeah, brilliance from Les here, just falling away, making him work for him, buying precious seconds the door. Shuts in his face and the round goes to Loud, and making no secrets of that round there, Mike. That was quite, headstrong almost in approach.
Oh, almost an opportunity now. Talk about Gen.G unable to capitalize on that early string of rounds. The funds starting to dwindle a little bit for Gen.G. A couple of players able to force something in here. The Bulldog, METEOR on a scope of a different kind. Stinger. And not close to some of those key ultimates to offset this. Looking towards METEOR and Eco here. And actually gets a double dip on this, but now down to 14 HP. Has to respect it. And this fight for B main, back and forth. Gen.G happy to dip their toes.
There's a finite amount they can do that, and I think METEOR, the cusp was 10 HP. Do get that second opportunity, as you noted. But looking at the other side of the map here, already space being taken over by A, so quite the indicator, but I guess still being very diligent of potentially the pressure coming through by Dish. But as we note, it is going to be that B piece by all accounts for now. And well, the timing's gorgeous. ASPAS again. Formidable on these approaches, finding those instantaneous picks. Smoke's now going up as well, securing safety on that cross for the side plant.
Good flash though, actually the swing out, not going to find anything. Well, TS does get one. King gets two though. Less than SAADHAK will fall.
There's still, there's a huge chance that spots him. How does he do that? How has TUYZ just found that kill? Scrappy, close, but certainly no cigar. Loud going to carry on forward with the two standing. Yes, it could add some issues to the economy. No, look at that, already 7K built on ASPAS. They're fine. That's an operator back in play.
Yeah, they have to put a stop to this run. Loud now up to 5 rounds unanswered. What is that? Finding a perfect lineup there.
Forward, so I shouldn't write them out, but just yet. But I look at the way the rounds are trending, though. It's 5 on the trot here.
I think it's a very different scenario that the pendulum has swung back in favour of Loud here. So
yeah,
we're not Gen.G really in a position to repeat the same, as I guess that's success after the
Correct.
timeout is the question. Because like I said, they haven't really been finding value off some of these crunches early on, at least. The flash over the top.
but it's a split this time. You can still see Loud not over committing towards that B piece. To be fair, they haven't even been doing that before, but still committing 2 players to it this time rather than one just kind of lingering around, making sure that push doesn't find too much value. This is about as far as it gets before the side hit comes in.
Loud are so good at probing though and figuring out exactly who is playing where. Also, they note King's flash early on. They've now noted Secret's position. They would have noted Eco off the stun as well. King tucked all the way into spawn here. He can see the cross onto site.
Les
Les can't see it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely tunnel vision towards the push back through, but they, again, Gen.G sitting purely for retakes here. This is...
Yeah, playing off this orbital strike maybe? It's not there to deny plant. Maybe holding for the lockdown, I'm not sure.
Potentially, but still would have to really work for that. They do have 1 player towards the site. Now trying to clear towards tower, does it. That's a big objective achieved here on the checklist of the retake, but now you have to disrupt the players sitting deep on the other side. Rolling Thunder going to come through. Ooh, METEOR deleted. They're going to sit on this fight. No one's moving them just yet. Still, no one moving. There we go. Finally, the shot comes in. Got a little too close for comfort there.
I was going to say the timing on that smoke dropping was going to be crucial because Gen.G in broad daylight sticking that defuse. You have to scrape together something in this. Oh, were they considering the force here?
Are they going to?
I mean, Secret's down at 1,500, so it would be 4 weapons max. What is that shot?
Lovely.
What was that from TUYZ?
A couple of these players certainly looking more and more comfortable on the stage here.
Another pinch towards the north potentially. Actually, no, Eco slipped through into underpass. Might catch ASPAS here. The timing on that flash was perfect. I think Eco just missed him on that cross towards the box. Hang on, SAADHAK's already out
so
Sand.
far out, what? And King's still finding that is ridiculous. But the fact that he got so far out by Sand without being checked on, tell me how. But Gen.G responding massively. All players now drawn over. They're trying to retake the space and they're going to be catching him completely unawares. The spray's done enough for Les. And those shots are hitting. And now the 1v1. ASPAS against METEOR. A minute to play with them. Plenty of mind games if they want it. And a drastic outgun in favor of ASPAS here. METEOR has to respect this amount of space.
He's not got the read.
Certainly does not.
ASPAS has swapped out to a rifle as well. You get the free plant. Well, METEOR is actually going to retrieve an upgrade here before he goes for this retake. He's not. No utility.
Where's he going for? What's happening, ASPAS? Man, this guy is so clean with it. Wow.
And it's another round where Loud are so good at reading the setup from Gen.G. They don't feel this resistance in A main. They get a couple of sound cues elsewhere on the map. And that's why we see SAADHAK immediately pushing through Sand. He knows that maximum it's going to be 1.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be that layered utility, you know. Eco playing off the flash somewhere from Secret. Beautiful round from Loud. Now we become even more concerned about the finances once again. Round 11 Not an awful lot left behind this purchase. Ultimates just about creeping back online for Gen.G. But will that be the saving grace if they lose this one? They're staring down the 9-3 half.
They are, curse or not. Ooh, Secret's seen a whole lot here. But again, the amount of space SAADHAK's finding, but they already expect this to an extent. Oh, but the shoulder check just gives SAADHAK even more capability here. Pressured though, can't make it away. Secret quells that aggression, but note where the spike's going. It's all down to one, and King has a finite amount of time to play with. Yeah, done for. Loud just running rings around them right now.
Both players coming across from bridge. METEOR and Secret, both ultimates available. TUYZ looking to greet them on the way in here, finds the first. His third on the round. Can Secret respond here?
Just hit the one shot, he'll be fine. Secret, he's done, he's dead. Loud stretching their lead here. And Gen.G defiant on map 1. Map 2 starting to bleed away from them here.
We said the ultimate's potential to be the saving grace for Gen.G. They will be able to scrape together some kind of purchase. But it's Spectres, a judge to round this out. Whether or not we see some aggression on the back of the Rolling Thunder. The first time, actually, there's been a heavy emphasis from Loud towards bridge.
Yeah.
I think anticipated maybe that very aggression towards the typical points that Gen.G have gravitated.
I don't know if they're going to be rewarded for it, but absolutely a correct call. Yeah, no reward this time, but it's only the early round that they've invested towards it, so now starting to begin that exploration mission as a whole pack, as 5 players.
Yeah, that's just King here. I mean, yes, TS is jump spotting from spawn, but not in a position to play a complementary angle from this. We'll note the aftershock at least. That will pull METEOR very quickly this direction, but SAADHAK, he's got a showstopper now.
Yeah, and he's going to just let that rip, take as much space as possible, push through, makes a bit of meal of it there, and now has to hold this one. He's not alone, he's not even needing the backup. Finally gonna have to call that into effect. METEOR, big shot comes in as well. Denies CAUANZIN. Spike still down, and a meal made of that too. This is not clean at all. Loud, put through the paces now, just one alive in a 1v4. What can he do with this? So many bodies in the way, and it's TUYZ ain't stopping. Gen.G, it's a lifeline, and it ain't much, but it's 4-8.
The one you least expect them to pull off. Again, it's actually greeting that aggression really nicely.
And the problem is, if we let's look at this, right? It's perfect on the screen right now. First 3, looking great, really exciting. And the last one. And it's just an absolute run of rounds here coming in off the back of it for Loud.
Side of the boom bot. Don't really have anything.
While it lasts.
Well, yeah. F's in chat for boom bot.
All right, let's see if there is any fight left in Gen.G here, because once again, this is elimination if it does get lost.
Whoa!
What a start! Diving in head first, taken down to Loud, left to 3 players, and the pinch is everywhere. CAUANZIN's still going to walk away with at least something, but still looking at this, they've won everything they wanted here.
It's less than TUYZ to try and recover this pistol round.
Best position.
Oh,
METEOR. Okay.
Good off there on the swing.
Hold on.
And Secret's tagged up.
Make a believer out of me in this round, Loud. And oh no, oh my god, that was so close, and now just a 1v2. This is so much for less though. He still has a turret, he's still got a little bit to work with. Utility on the side is there, but he doesn't know what's clear and what's not, only noting one player. Potentially even seeing the foot there, but that player in CT is an issue. Pon's not really for it, but can be made to be a nuisance with just that.
Oh, Secret nearly fallen into the turret. He's 3 HP.
Sheesh. At the time though, Mike, it's dwindling. Still doing so much work, you can't say he's not trying, but Gen.G maybe giving us a game here. First round in the second half.
I said I need to see pace. I need to see a committed hit with this composition from Gen.G. If the first round is anything to go by, it's looking good already. That flash was perfectly timed here.
Beautiful.
Again, METEOR to follow up here in this double duelist composition. Played to perfection here. How many pieces do we see from Gen.G just like that? Do we see an optic approach, the rinse and repeat?
Yeah, yeah. And it's just pace. It's all in pace. And this takes bravery. This is hard to do when you had 4 rounds to your name, but now look towards Dish. There's so many come flooding on out, and Gen.G mopping them all up. Lovely, lovely stuff. No threats to be made of that. Yes, they lose 1, but that's fine. Less should be give for nothing here. The door should be shut in the face. There should be 6. And Gen.G teeing themselves up as best they can, by all rights, to try and close this gap. It's not over yet.
Fairly polarized, you think about it. Obviously, we're talking about the financial struggles in the first half. This, potentially, Loud win the pistol in round 2. It's 10-4. Again, the same thing. You'll assume would have happened. Constantly playing catch-up. Gen.G constantly starting on the back foot. 4 Spectres, a Sheriff into this round here. Going to try and convert as best they can. I'm hoping TS buys a little more utility than that. Just carrying 5,400 into this, or I guess they're just going to run it down again.
The speed in which they're going, and the trades are quite good. Looking for that next layer of damage. SAADHAK is teed up for success, but could only get, I think, 1, but he did do a lot of damage. Look at King, look at Meteor, and Secret, even a little bit of chip damage there as well.
So we should have, again, with the lack of smokes here, information on the cross. Well, he has to now. The double flank coming through.
Yeah, you're right.
From Les and ASPAS. A little bit behind the curve here, but King, 21 HP.
That flash. Oh, Les saving ASPAS there for sure. And Meteor being given nothing. Look at TUYZ sitting so deep towards CT. ASPAS going through over by Sand. So many angles to worry about. The time's starting to dwindle. Need to hold on to this great isolated pick. But the denial on the ult now. Secret in trouble. Spectre, player left, player right. Which one can he go to? It doesn't matter. ASPAS made it there in time. The Fuse going to come in and Loud. Yes, lost out in some numbers there, but they will make it up to 9 now on the board.
2 rifles to carry across from this. We have to scrape something together. GE though, be booming after that. A couple of concerns at the bottom half of that scoreboard in terms of the finances.
Yeah.
Decent progress towards some of these ultimates as well, but actually Loud almost edging them out in this first ult cycle. It's so crucial that Meteor's showstopper gets shut down there. So I think the fault line actually connected onto ASPAS. Yes, he dashed out. Potential there for him to isolate something with a showstopper. Big info here from King. This time I'm not really seeing that death ball approach from Gen.G.
No, I don't mind a pace change. Coming in, hitting the brakes a little bit, knowing that you've got a little bit more utility maybe to try and work through, see if they can get some of that down. Temper some of that pace that we've been seeing, and it is very, very patient, waiting for the other 2 to get over to the other side of things. Maybe start working towards tower, probably a little bit of pressure here and there. It's how patient allowed in this. That's contact. This could spur on this approach. Let's see if King and Co are ready. Yeah, they absolutely are. Beheads SAADHAK and falls away from this. Does have support systems in place. This was all to try and bait that attention, maybe see if they would commit to that further aggression on A-Hall.
The timing was an absolute tragedy there for Loud. King close enough to get ahead of that flash. Remove SAADHAK. CAUANZIN now, 25 seconds to that fault line. So can't really slow this down, but he's actually gone aggressive. He got the first, but he caught the flash. TS will find the trade.
They've still got a number up to the good, and the smokes will be able to cover this. Clearing towards the site, there's no one there, we can see that. They still have to be a little bit careful, and up and above, one will be looking. That's TUYZ, maybe considering an attempt, having a little bit of a peek towards it. ASPAS can be coming around by Dish. But how do we disrupt this post plant? So difficult. TUYZ not being gifted too much here, 2 on the site still.
TS still got that molly as well, so can play this pretty late. She's all the way in spawn, set up for it.
Very difficult to do this, because even just addressing that back line, they've done the best they can, but they still need to get past TS's molly. It's probably been set out into play now, and he needs to get there fast. Meteor still holding the ground. He's going to be doing well towards 1, but the molly burning. Going to get it towards halfway, but lose life. And now the 1v2, ASPAS. Can he be the hero this round? No! Gen.G still with depth, still with players, and still with life in them yet.
The conversion keeps it within 2. Loud. To throw some investment here, but no Blade Storm, no Showstopper. She won away from the Showstopper and the Rolling Thunder. Like I said, the timing on the Molly coming through here just to apply a little more pressure. There's things like that as well, with the lack of a sentinel here, to have somebody in the back lines, that safety net for Gen.G.
7-9 now. Does Gen.G have it in him? They got the dog in him right now. Oh my word, SAADHAK with the judge still. Actually catches METEOR. They aren't going down just yet, but the pressure is so quickly mounting. Echo wants to burst through this, but there's the flash finally. TUYZ! No problem for him. The volley goes in, but it's quick, and it is just chaotic at the moment. Leaving it back down to a 2v2. Spikes on the side with the flank via watch. TS, big pick towards SAADHAK. But now, look at the HP remaining. King was vulnerable, but he had his knight in tow. TS there to keep him safe on the site. 8-9. This is getting close now. Loud feeling that pressure again. The ult cycle hitting perfectly for them now, though. Could not ask for a better look here. Just missing out on ASPAS's, but still so much to bring into this potential round. And that last one was pure and utter chaos.
It isn't Loud actually the ones to pump the brake here. A big round on the cards for them. 4 ultimates available. ASPAS, 2 off that Blade Storm.
Does have his King not far off either. METEOR still a little further away, but the purchase is there for the little in pocket. And this is a buy down for Loud. So, and you can see this the scoreboard. Gen.G have been absolutely step by step bringing this game back. The pace has been fatal. And ASPAS going to get the first bit of contact. Quick glance towards Arcade. But is he willing to deal with the 3 players? Still has a chance on it, METEOR! Belting start. Takes down ASPAS, and the site is there. The pace is unrelenting from Gen.G, and so are the frags. Less is gone. We're down to 3. So few opportunities. Well. Mike, this is absolutely nuts. Gen.G have just kicked up a gear.
They're about to break the economy even further and keep 5 standing. Yes, ultimates available for Loud, but they don't even get a chance in this round.
Oh.
TS has found another TUYZ. Will find a consolation.
That's all it is, though.
That's all it is. Has to tuck his tail between his legs.
Because the money was looking weak as well.
I mean, he will bring this across. Can't remember off the top of my head if ASPAS will have the Blade Storm here. Pretty sure SAADHAK had the Showstopper.
Everyone else had everything apart from ASPAS, so I am curious if that was enough. Didn't quite note it before.
Could be something to work with, but this is 9 apiece now. TS will find his 3rd.
They're struggling here, Mike, to find the answer to this aggression. It's that pace that's been coming through.
It's what we needed to see. We called this at the half change. No Sentinel, they had to commit to this. And they're winning out some key engagements. METEOR finds the first hit, doubles down as well. Him and Eco, this dynamic duo on the duel list.
Really nice. Still high spirits for Loud. Not worried just yet, but this one could be getting a little unnerving because it's 10. It's 10 on the board. That's when you start to get a little, you know, okay, they still have map through if they need it, but you wouldn't want to go there. They just simply do not have the answers right now to what Gen.G are bringing, at least on this half. Oh, is there for King as well. So really going through the motions this time, Gen.G trying to give themselves that next layer too if they get the opportunity to bring it in. Because we know that Loud have all those opportunities in the round following, round 20. But they are not out of the woods just yet. Sheriffs galore, and actually players in the right place for this if they do go for this A hit.
One smoke deployed. Gen.G stacked up outside it right now, but the read from Loud is spot on.
Very good. Very
Blade Storm
good.
popped for ASPAS.
71 HP in a dream to make this one work. Sight already in question, but SAADHAK's going to find one. Now the cross gets brought in as well. They are making this so difficult to hit that cross. The shot, ASPAS desperate for it. Tries his best and he can't do it. King's ult takes away the knives, puts them back in the pocket. And King carries this round forward for Gen.G. Let's now a 1v3 and that Sheriff can only do so much. Rifles aren't really close by. There's no weapon to pick up and King supreme in this round.
Say it once again, Gen.G are playing phenomenal Valorant. Look at that run in the second half.
Huge.
Round 15, a blip on their journey here. Another big round, still got these ultimates
Like
in the back pocket of Loud.
Yeah.
There's this perfect response there, the null command. The only real threat there completely mitigated on the back of that ultimate from King. ASPAS actually now onto the operator.
Glass cannon too.
Yep.
Oh my, and I'm looking at the setup here. It may be brought in to punish ASPAS. This is so dangerous. METEOR!
He was creeping onto the angle.
How did he see him on that angle? So fine.
It must have been an elbow or something protruding. And METEOR will punish. A man advantage once again.
That glass cannon shattered, and we look towards A. Already made that progress towards it. Already got that foot in the doorway almost here.
The King and TS are so deep on this already.
TUYZ is going to be sat so far back. Yeah, the smoke's there, but it doesn't really matter. They can still burst through that. It's not slowing them down at all. Perfect site take, 5 alive.
But look at the retake ability here for Loud.
There it is.
The stun will come through. Secret will die to that.
Gone. But now we look at the post-plant positioning. Rolling Thunder coming in. The next one looking pretty much on the chopping block was King. Follow-up needed from SAADHAK. He's doing it alone if he has to. They put everything into the round. And Loud digging their heels in. They don't want to let it get to 11. One man stands, and it may be too little too late. But that cost them everything they had.
We had to stabilize on the back of that as well. 3 will survive. Not sure exactly how the funds will sit, but should be able to spread the cost a little bit. Gen.G will be unfazed in that regard.
Yeah, that was the round that you had to suffer through, right? It felt like an inevitability that was... Yeah, look at that. You were absolutely right. Just an elbow. And
but that's where the glass cannon...
Yeah, it happens. It's the risk you take, right? And you'll probably take it again to allow this round to happen, but SAADHAK heroics here. In my mind, that was a round that Gen.G knew were coming. It was all the ults. Everything they've been saving up in the pocket. But now can they replicate without? Gen.G up until this point have been above and beyond, exceeding, and the pace again.
Big pace change. A wide open B site here. We'll get a free plant. Only a lick of damage done to King on the way in here. I need the smokers. Yes, has found the first. CAUANZIN will swing, but he will fall.
Look at this. It's so bloodied on the way in. It's not clean at all. Now Loud, at least clawing onto this round. First time we've seen resilience, and that's ASPAS with a freebie somewhat. Secret goes down as quick as it was. And now the two, King and TS. The King in his night right now. Denying on the tap. That's going to buy a couple more seconds. Switching out to the rifle.
Quite a lot of time, though. Still a fragment here from King.
But can he even implement this? You can see they're trying to take the fight on a King. Could be good for one. Wait a second, the Fuse still going to be coming in. Has to deny, and he's done it! Gen.G! It's King leading the way with a Red Bull clutch.
Another example of that smoke dropping at the perfect moment. This time it's Loud who suffer for it. Beautiful pace change. They know that Loud are feeling the pressure now.
Look at this. Buying the time perfectly. Playing it so well. I'm so impressed with King here. Some real pivotal rounds coming out from him. This is what brings up the question, though. Loud, they depended on all of those ults before. That's what got them that break in this trend. Look at the rounds as they were going.
They had to invest everything just to stop that momentum of Gen.G. And now they're in a position where they almost have to concede towards the 12th. Gen.G will find map point, bar any heroics.
Sure, there's always a chance something crazy will happen, someone pulls off something out of this world, but by all accounts, we are looking like map 3 could be on the cards here. 12th round, feeling very likely. King could be in a world of trouble here, cresting this corner. Does actually get away, just evading a paint shell that could have been disastrous in the repeak. Yeah, death of CAUANZIN, tries to make something of it, but keep in mind, we have classics, they have frenzies, it's not much, and the diligence from Gen.G is pretty on the money. I don't think they're going to fall to any of these real errors that could cost them this, and look straight to B. No stress, no problems, no threats here really found.
I was going to say, that's not going to be able to do too much about this plant.
Perfect.
Spike noted now, and these smokes are about to expire.
They got to make a move on this one. Gen.G, though, so quick at answering.
Look at the response.
Back. It is drilled. 12-10. One more round, and Gen.G unlock map 3.
This ASPAS now will have the operator, a light shield behind it this time.
Yep.
Closest ultimates being the showstopper, the lockdown, the blade storm. Gen.G, nothing left in that regard. Again, the way they're playing fundamentally, excelling here on Fracture. Not having to rely on some of those things, honestly.
No.
These executes have been so precise. ASPAS gets a shot at it, but
It was a chance.
Nico managing to avoid that one.
Do they continue on? Noting that operator early.
Is this an orb farm round for Gen.G? Oh, SAADHAK overstepping the mark a little bit. Deep control towards tree here. CAUANZIN will be the second layer to this. TUYZ up on site, but ASPAS already made his way towards B site.
They might need an ASPAS round here.
This is key. The operator was noted towards drop, but a deep position from Eco is probably going to read this rotation.
Need one of these players.
The secret faking with that
There's
fault line.
fake.
Yeah.
They're gonna, they have to respect it. Oh, they fell for this hook, line, and sinker. Now, at some point, they will question where these players are, and there it is. That's where the penny's going to drop, that this is all but a ruse, all but a fate, and CAUANZIN going to find TS. Okay, dealing with a little bit of... What? Beautiful work, allowed. Maybe in the final hour, but they're still King. Finding two, popping the O. He wants this round, he wants this map done. 25 seconds, and he needs the support. Echo's the one who's in the other side of the map. Has to come over. ASPAS going to find him, and now it's just down to one. 15 seconds, and it's not going to happen. ASPAS with heroics, taking them to 11.
Stepping up once again, and we've credited how precise, how disciplined Gen.G have been. And it's a gap in the smoke.
Yeah.
That this round crumbles apart for Gen.G. The fake was perfect.
It was stunning. There
I
it
can't
was.
believe it. TS has had a fantastic map here. 25 and 15 for Gen.G.
Huge.
But it's that tiny, tiny mistake, and ASPAS will punish and find 3 here with the operator.
Jen's got the
To
showstopper.
complement that.
Yeah, he'll be right. But my eyes just go to what does Gen.G run. I know this is loud, trying to pull this one into OT, but this is Gen.G fighting for their life, and they've done really well in these gun rounds. You can see the string of them, but it feels like Loud just has that ability in those final moments. You get an ASPAS moment, you get a SAADHAK moment here or there. CAUANZIN. Do you go back to the basics of what was working? These B set pieces, those A hits that have been gorgeous. Less on the site though, can they deal with it this time? Gen.G knocking on the door, and it will be the fight won by less. That's a difference maker. Oh, the showstopper! TS down, rifle found, and Gen.G in tatters. OT calling. We ain't no way are we done in this one yet. Oh, they've got the fight in them still, and METEOR in a 1v4. He just knows this is all but done, and this is going to be OT calling. Loud, giving us a game.
And it's so key, the awareness there from Les, to read that pacey hit, to deal with the knife, to make sure he's still got his utility to fall back on. Beautiful to watch. The awareness on both teams here. Seeing so many different examples of it. Again, this pinch, the immediate response coming out from A-Main. The showstopper finds value. And CAUANZIN, once again, that second layer to this aggression for Loud.
That's going to be
that
heartbreaking.
safety net behind the duelist, Lauren.
That's going to be so hard for Gen.G mentally, though. Because you think they did all that hard work technically, right? The technical aspect of it. They brought this
They're
game
in
back.
touching distance.
One away. And now Loud starting to feel that confidence again. Maybe they've got the theory, the method that works.
The pendulum swings again.
Look at the base, though. There's no fear being shown from Gen.G. They are playing like their lives are on the line. And they absolutely are on the line, but Les is aware of it. The flashes back and forth, fully blind. Gen.G breaking in with 2. Too easy, and let's go down. And now it's 3v3. ASPAS needs to make a run for it. Get out of danger. Plant coming in. This will now be time on the side of Loud.
What the hell was that? It was a 5-man push all the way into tree. ASPAS now trying to hold down the 4.
King!
The SAADHAK is absolutely slapped by King.
Mirrored almost in approach now. The last 2 gonna have to make it through by A-Main. You've got ASPAS and CAUANZIN on the other side. Spike taking knife back up in 3, but it's the shot from ASPAS. Oh, he just battered them down.
Blow for blow, Lauren. It's so back and forth.
And when they need him, he stands tall. ASPAS finding so much value here.
How deep in the strat pick are we for the 5-man tree bush?
Come on.
But it's another round that
word.
Loud are just absolutely on point with this reactive gameplay. It's so fluid. They're always in a position to capitalize. Always.
This is heartbreaking. This is, you know, you got that lump in your throat, you're feeling like the world's on your shoulders. Gen.G now. As said, we're in touching distance for so long, so close. And now staring down the barrel of a gun.
How far down the rabbit hole do we go here on Fracture? Just one round separating. And both teams elevating here on map 2.
Oh, yeah.
What an insane performance across the board.
Gen.G, my question is, though, do they go for it again?
What do they got left in the tank?
Exactly how much have we seen from them? Do they go for the hit that came through drop, the dish hit? Do we see those A main pieces, maybe a fake? Because they got dealt with, right? They got handled with that, the knife that got handled over by Les. That, it was all really quite a problem. Do they dare run it again? 12-13, we're gonna find out.
But that same piece once again towards B. Les will feel the pressure.
Can he play it live? Yes, he can! 1-for-1 trade, this time METEOR closer by though. So he will have the site with safety. A plant should be next in line, which it is. And now we look at the post plant. Far more dedicated towards the site this time as well.
TS playing disconnected, so he's definitely got something cooking with that molly. Still got the fragment. Secret should get some utility back.
Big.
TS has found one. SAADHAK will fall.
They are holding on to this with both hands as much as they can. ASPAS trying to clear through. Oh, what? The drive-by. And Loud. Oh my God, how have they done that?
The molly will land, but it won't matter. They will get a victory lap around. ASPAS will fall for it. CAUANZIN, though, once again, the safe pair of hands to seal the deal for Loud.
Oh, it's sunshine in Sao Paulo for Loud. Gen.G, man. That is heartbreak.
Hats off to them. Absolutely phenomenal play from them today.
We talk about what this is, and, obviously roses for Loud, but for Gen.G coming in against, the reigning champ.